Rico and Greg Olson with you. The All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. And we are underway in downtown Detroit. So the Lions come out, and they are led again by Jared Goff. Already year 10 in the league, and half of those 10 with the Lions, remember, took the Rams to a Super Bowl as well. What a year last year, Greg. Second in passing yards in the NFL.
You watch the film from last week's game, and you come away saying, okay, he's probably one of their best players on the field, but you would never know it after meeting with him. He said, I don't even want to talk about my touchdowns. He said, there's just too many plays out there that I'm missing, and then, of course, the costly interception. So they didn't win. He's taking a lot of that responsibility onto himself, and frankly, that's the role of an NFL quarterback, whether you like it or not.
Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown, Amon-Ra gives the Lions a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49.
They'll go play action with Goff. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just wouldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. A huge play on 4th down. Pickup of 46 yards. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Gibbs. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, throws down for a loss.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Touchdown number 9 for the year.
Well, just about every metric you can use, it's very clear, Mike. This is one of the best defenses in football. So I think coming in, preparing for this game, we were asking ourselves, where do the points for this offense come by? And I'll tell you what, they silenced a lot of those doubts here with this opening drive to take it all the way down the field, to sustain possession, and come away with points. I haven't seen many teams do that to this defense. They got some things to sort out here before this next possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, he's going to be a hard group to beat.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Play fake. It's Rodgers. He's got the veteran. That's Robert Woods. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. 19 more on that one. And another first down. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Here's Gainwell. He'll carry this one inside the 20, into the red zone. Give him 8 on that carry. Now it's second and 1. On the ground, Gainwell. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be first and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
Gainwell. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This is short kick, returnable from the 13. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. In fact, he leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line, a pickup of 7. So, from the 37, here's second and 2. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Lions ball to begin the second quarter as they face a difficult 3rd and 12. Goff to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. On fourth down, the Lions going to send out the All-Pro from a season ago, Jack Fox, to punt. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he'll be taken down up around. The 32-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. On play action, Rodgers. Hit by the All-Pro safety, Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over just shy of midfield.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. And fortunately, one of the Lions in there to get on it, and Detroit keeps possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Oh, a loose football. One of the Steelers has it. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. The return starts at the 13. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions offense getting set to get back to work. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. Once again, it's Gibbs. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
from the gun on third down. It's gone. And that is incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And now it's fourth down. Here's Jack Fox now. He's on for the second time and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick. Here's Kent to return. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as it takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. Off the play fake, Rodgers. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. A run with Gainwell. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Now Gainwell finding room across midfield. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They keep beating him. 15 more on the ground. And another first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run here with Gainwell. Has some room inside the 30. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. The Lions call their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They'll stay on the ground. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on first and goal. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kenneth Gainwell. Touchdown, Steelers. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 21-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This is a short kick, returnable from the 13. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Laporta in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Jalen Ramsey, he is tough to throw on. There to bat that one away. A second down throw for Goff. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And fortunately, one of the Lions in there to get on it, and Detroit keeps possession. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. First down for Aaron. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report. And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. Kind of nose to the end zone all season long, and now here in the month of December, he is the NFL's leader this season for rushing touchdowns. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A-Rod now to throw on first down. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. I'm this coordinator. I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. Play action now with Rodgers. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike, and not only to force the incomplete, but it's the timing. Understanding if he gets there too early, you bring in PI. You get there too late, it leads to a completion. That time he times it just right and knocks the ball away. It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off a rock with that one. It's no good. And this will stay a 2-possession game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Going left side, and it's taken in by Williams. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing, Goff. Oh, the ball's out. One of the Steelers has it.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Here comes a toss, right. Here comes Johnson. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That is catch number 60 for the season. Ball sitting on the 3. It is first down and goal. Johnson is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. They'll return this from the 11. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here. They need to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Second down and 8. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. Throwing here is Goff. Picked up by the man who won a ring last year, Darius Slay. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. A first down throw from Rodgers. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. The master of play action, Rodgers. That is hot. What a throw. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense. And then, what can you say about that ball? I mean, you can't put that ball in a better spot. And the timing and accuracy like that leads to 6.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. He'll take it at the 12. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. To throw is Goff. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Laporta in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third down, 3 to go.
Like 20.
From the gun, it's Goff. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. The offense staying out there for this fourth down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. That is brought in. And he's going to have a Lions first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Good hustle by the defense. He beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
Second and 9 at the Steelers' 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's second and 9. Goff to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
First down. First and 10 at the 20.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Right back to Williams. They connect again. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10.
Like 20.
First and 10 at the 14-yard
Patrick
line.
motioning here. Goff going to throw here on first and 10. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. The all-pro Cameron Hayward. He moves closer to the all-time record with 21 sacks on the year.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the fourth quarter.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down. Goff to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on fourth down.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Rodgers on first down. Out quickly to Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. On play action, Rodgers. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
A couple of first downs to start this drive. They're first and 10 up at the 42. one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. They'll try to get this one on the ground. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They'll go. It's Johnson. And he is not going to get there. Short of the marker, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Goff to throw on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll take this down inside the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Catch is made. That is Williams.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage. And
on him in a flash, and he lost the football. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. Their perfect season continues here into the month of December as they continue to be the #1 team in all of football.